Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Friday, May 12th, and today we are finishing up Lamentations and that comparison of Lamentations and the United States. Today we're in chapter 5, and as I read through this, most of chapter 5 is the direction that the United States is going in. Unless we turn and we turn back to the Lord, then we can avoid a lot of this. The very first part of chapter 5 is basically describing what they have been going through, the way things are in their current condition. And then at the very end, they call out to the Lord to bring them back to Him, to bring them back into restoration. And that's the great thing about God. Until we get to those end of times events where Christ has come back and things like that, and it's too late, God is always willing to take us back. And we've got to be aware of that this discipline could be coming towards the United States unless we turn back towards God and say, Lord, we want to restore our relationship with you. We're going to turn back to you. We want to be a nation that glorifies you again. So in Lamentations 5, it says, "Remember, O Lord, what has befallen us. Look and see our disgrace." And then it gives us this description of what their disgrace is. They're saying, Lord, we want you to recognize that we have been through this and that we're calling out to you for help. We have become orphans, fatherless. Our mothers are like widows. We must pay for the water we drink. The wood we get must be bought. Our pursuers are at our necks. We are weary. We are given no rest. We have given the hand to Egypt and to Assyria to get bread enough. Our fathers sinned and are no more, and we bear their iniquities. So they're saying that it's been generations now that this sin has been going on. Slaves rule over us. There is none to deliver us from their hand. We get our bread at the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin is hot as an oven with the burning heat of famine. Women are raped in Zion, young women in the towns of Judah. Princes are hung up by their hands. No respect is shown to the elders. Young men are compelled to grind at the mill, and boys stagger under loads of wood. The old men have left the city gate, the young men their music. The joy of our hearts has ceased. Our dancing has been turned to mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. They're acknowledging their sin. They're acknowledging that they've been disciplined by the Lord at this point. For this our heart has become sick, and for these things our eyes have grown dim. For Mount Zion, which lies desolate, jackals prowl over it. But, and here's that big word, but, it's a big word in the Bible. This is where things change. But you, O Lord, reign forever. Your throne endures to all generations. They're acknowledging that God has never gotten off his throne. God has never stopped being in charge. He is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why do you forget us forever? Why do you forsake us for so many days? And they're saying, Lord, where are you? We've been going through this. What's going on? And then they call out to him for that help. Restore us to yourself, O Lord, that we may be restored. Renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and you remain exceedingly angry with us. This is a recognition of what God has done, of the discipline that has come from God, and a calling and crying out to him for that restoration. Now, we can go straight to the calling out for restoration as a nation. That's what the United States should do in response to the fact that God is pointing out all of this sin. And if we do that, we avoid this utter destruction that could be coming our way. So as you go into your prayer closet, continue to pray for the United States and continue to speak up about how this nation needs to start crying out to the Lord and looking for that restoration. Today is Friday, so I'm going to remind you there's no video tomorrow. I will be back with you again on Sunday. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.